playing with the ball. बोलिए बोलिए.
जो भी आपके बच्चे की जहाँ तक हम पाठों की बातें हम ये राष्ट्र यज्ञ आपकी प्रसन्नता के लिए कर रहे हैं, क्योंकि जो हम लोग मैं देखता हूँ गंगा को शिव जी को लाना चाहता हूँ यहाँ पे, और उनसे उनको ये बताना चाहता हूँ कि उनकी जो भी शक्तियाँ हैं वो आपसे जो है वो संबंध नहीं है.
No, sorry Mataji, that's not the answer.
चलेगा सॉरी क्या हम लोग हो जाएंगे
No, that's all. Okay, you'll have to call it off and I'll give you the answer. Here, okay, yes Mataji.
Pious activities of the imprisoned kings and impious activities of King Jarasandha.
Full points goes to you. But unfortunately, you're not playing the match. So you get 2 more samosas.
समोसा मिलेंगे, points नहीं
Points
मिलेंगे.
मिलेंगे, samosa मिलेंगे आपको. Well answered by Namrata Mataji. Yes, the answer was perfectly right. Uddhava said, as for the Rajasuya sacrifice arranged in Hastinapur, it will be held either because of the pious activities of the imprisoned kings or the impious activity of Jarasandha. So we have to understand there are many reasons, silent reasons. Now did you get it? Who was reading the chapter? Did you get it? The paragraph must have skipped over. No problem. Okay. Please remember, we are here to take the tattva from the Krishna book. We are not interested in just knowing the answer. The tattva is more important. Here, when the messenger came from the various kings who were represented, when the messenger came, he told that time very clearly, the kings are in problem. And that time, Krishna was already planning to kill Jarasandha. But he didn't want to do it himself. He wanted to get it done. No, always Krishna does it 2 in 1. He got Rajasuya Yagya done, Bhima killed Jarasandha, and at the same time he released all the kings. So many things. So let's understand there are so many factors involved in one activity of Krishna. That is the greatness of Krishna. Okay, the first question goes for a duck. Nevertheless, still only got to get 8 points to win. So it's still you got a lot of points. So no problem. Let's go to the second question for Crushing the Daredevils. And the question is, you're taking set 2, right? The next question. What does Shishupal mean by saying Gunahina to Krishna? Also the real meaning. What does Shishupal mean by saying Gunahina to Krishna? He called Krishna as Gunahina. And what is the real meaning? Your time starts now. Unmute yourself to speak.
Shishupal told that Krishna does not have any good qualities. By this he meant that Krishna did not have any material qualities. Being Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Lord does not have any material qualities and he is above all the modes of nature. So he was in fact वो भगवान की प्रशंसा कर रहे थे by saying that he does not have any good qualities. The Lord is not he does not need to follow the Vedic injunctions or the regulative principles because he is the Supreme Personality of God. So he was in a way he was praising the Lord by telling that he does not have.
Anything else to add more or see this is my protocol. I have to ask. It's not necessary that I have asked this question. I am saying the statement. So you say more. It's a protocol. Shishupal said he always acts independently, not caring for the Vedic injunctions and regulative principles. Therefore, he is devoid of all good qualities. Shishupal indirectly praised Krishna by saying that he is not within the jurisdiction of the Vedic injunction. This is true because He, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and that he has no good qualities. Gunahina means Krishna has no material qualities. Because he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he can act independently, not caring for the convention of in social and religious principles. Full 2 points goes to Krishna. Well answered by Puja Mataji. And let's go to question 3. So we're going to the half point of Vrindavan Royals match. And the question is, by asking the benediction from the Lord, the sage Narada showed the ideal prayer of all pure devotees. Explain. Yes. बोलिए बोलिए. See the
Narada prayed Lord, wherever I am and where in any condition I should not forget the lotus feet of yours, and I may place anywhere in anywhere, but I should allow constantly to remember the lotus feet of yours. And the pure devotees always pure devotees they are least bothered wherever they may be placed in heaven or hell, but they just want to remember lotus feet of the Lord, and they don't want to stop the repetition of birth and death, and they just want to they may be taking birth in any species of life, but they just remember the lotus feet of the Lord.
I'm not asking. Okay, let's keep the tension some more time. I'll read the answer, then we'll decide how many points to give. A pure devotee never asks for any kind of material or spiritual benedictions from the Lord. His only prayer is that he may not forget the lotus feet of the Lord in any conditions of life. A pure devotee does not care whether he is put into heaven or hell. He is satisfied always, provided he can constantly remember the lotus feet of the Lord. Lord Chaitanya clearly stated that he wanted, all that he wanted was devotional service birth after birth. Who remembers this verse from Shishakta? हाँ बोलिए. वर्स.
मम जन्मनि
हाँ बोलो जोर से बोलो. ना धनम न जनम न सौंदर्यम कविताम वा जगदीश कामे मम जन्मनि ईश्वरे भवता भक्ति अहेतुकी तो है. That's what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu clearly says. जन्म से हमको सिर्फ कृष्ण का भक्ति चाहिए. The pure devotee does not even want to stop the repetition of birth and death. To a pure devotee, it does not matter whether he has to take birth again in various species of life. His only ambition is he should never forget the lotus feet of the Lord in any condition of life. Full 2 points goes to Krishna Daredevil. So you have completed 3 questions. 3 questions still left. Yes, scorer, I would like to know how many points left?
Halfway there, 4 points.
4 points more to win. So that's 3 points to tie. I want to go for the tie. Okay, so then we go to the next question for Vrindavan Royals. For Nrsinga Daredevils. And the question is silence. And the question is, in comparison to Mayavad philosophy, it is a Vaishnava. Why is a Vaishnava treatment to other living entities is on an absolute platform? In compared to Mayavad philosophy, why is Vaishnava treatment of other living entities on an absolute platform?
Prabhuji, the Mayavadi philosophers, they consider everyone as God. And this is their artificial chance for oneness. This is the artificial thing for oneness. But the Vaishnavas, they consider all the living entities as part and parcels of the Lord. They consider everyone on the absolute platform, just like we consider one part of the body. We cannot differentiate between one part of the body and the second part of the body, because they both belong to the same body. We can't differentiate. Similarly, see the Vaishnava, he takes,
Silence.
he does not differentiate between a human and an animal because he sees.
You got 2
that the-
points. You got 2 points. This is the biggest problem. I have to listen to lecture sitting over here. That is the biggest problem.
One important point is missing.
Yeah.
One important point.
One important point, your 2 chances are over.
One more thing is there. Jigar Babu ji is team ke hai. He should also not forget and we should also not forget.
Oh, he's sitting in.
He's sitting on his- not-
silently sitting Yes, the Mayavad philosophers endeavor to see everyone as God in an artificial attempt to at oneness. In an artificial attempt to at oneness, but a Vaishnava or a devotee of Lord Narayana sees every living entity as a part and parcel of the Supreme Lord. Full 2 points goes to the Devils.
One point. One hit and game done.
That's Krishna Leela. Let's hope so. I think Pooja Mataji has completed 2 chances. So nevertheless, the whole team is still there to play. And the most dangerous player sitting this side.
वो जागेंगे जब टाई ब्रेकर होगा. टाई ब्रेकर भी comes.
Okay, question 5 for Vrindavan, for National Daredevils, and the question is: Balram instructed the sages and saintly persons at Naimisharanya on which subject matter? Balram instructed the sages and the saintly persons. Oh, yes. I only was reading the question. Balram instructed the sages and the saintly persons at Naimisharanya on which subject matter?
After completing all his yatra and everything, the Balram instructed Naimisharanya sages on the subject matter that what is the relation, what is human being, what is Jivatma, what is cosmos, what is the relationship between the cosmos and the Jivatma, what is the highest goal, how to achieve that highest goal, and the highest goal of the life. We should know that the whole cosmos rests on the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, and Supreme Personality of Godhead always resides in every atom in the form of Paramatma.
Full 2 points given. Balram instructed and completely I know the match is over, but let me complete the answer. Balram instructed, because this is all these answers are as it is from the Krishna book. All the answers are as it from the Krishna book. I have not added one word. It's not my own made answers. All our answers towards all our 18 matches have been from the Krishna book itself. Balram instructed the sages and saintly persons at Naimisharanya on the subject matter of living entities' relationship with cosmic manifestation and how one should regard his whole universe and how one should relate to the cosmos in order to achieve the highest goal of perfection. The supreme goal is to understand the whole cosmic manifestation which rests on the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and that the Supreme Personality of Godhead is also all pervading even in the minute atom, and he functions in his Paramatma feature. So what is important is Balramji was giving an understanding that how Lord is pervading in the Paramatma aspect. There are 3 aspects: Brahman, Paramatma and Bhagwan feature. So Balramji was basically giving the lecture on to the sages in Naimisharanya on the Paramatma aspect. But still, I would like you all to see whether you are really prepared for asking one last question.
Only the match is over.
बता नहीं बट ठीक है. और तो complete होगा. नहीं और आंसर ना बहुत अच्छा था. I'll get 10 points.
Yeah. So one more last question to National Daredevils. It's at 2, right? Very important question. Who is the first class? Who is the second class? And who is the third class of devotees? Which part of the body can one make perfect in this process? Answer: yes. Those who completed 2 chances can also speak here.
First class devotee is the one who surrenders completely to the Lord, and he see the Lord is all pervasive, and he sees Lord in everyone's heart. So he respects everyone, and he goes down. He offers his respect to all living entities.
Second class, third class, all of them.
Second class devotees are the Vaishnavas, who are the representative of the Lord.
सब मिलके भी आंसर दे सकते हैं।
ठीक है, थर्ड क्लास का बताओ।
Third class.
हाँ, देखा फर्स्ट क्लास।
तो मंदिर में भगवान की मूर्ति के सामने झुकता है
हाँ।
और स्पिरिचुअल मास्टर को प्रणाम करता है, वो थर्ड क्लास है।
I should have asked this question before. Now the good question.
अब बोलो वही बोलिए।
The first class devotee.
Unmute yourself. You are still live. All of you are live. Remember that.
The first class devotees, Uttama Adhikari, are those who excel in all the subject matters. They see in every person God, Paramatma, and they are very well in subject matter. They can very easily counter. They can very easily have an argument and countering with the others.
Okay.
So these are the first class devotees, Uttama Adhikari, and second, the Madhyam Adhikari or the second class devotees. They
Wait.
बहुत सारे points हैं पर
आपको जो याद आ रहा है एडिट हो रहा है बोलिए।
मध्यम अधिकारी, they have exceeded subject. They have not that exceeded subject matter. They can't very easily counter and argue with the other devotees and the other people. But they
No. I'll summarize the answer. Very important. Why I'm taking this question is, I want all of you to understand this. Mind you, this is not a question which is going to be giving any marks or deciding the winner or the loser. But what is important is, okay. What is important over here is which decides. Find out. What is important over here is we have to understand. One minute.
No.
Okay. I think Jigar, you have to put me on the spotlight first. Yeah. Let us understand this. Very important. One is the Lord is represents in everyone's heart is a fact, and therefore the first class devotee offers respect to every living entity, considering his body as a temple of the Lord. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. The second class devotee can is considered as a Vaishnava or a devotee of the Lord, can be a representative of Krishna. The third class can bow his head only before the deity and the temple, deity of in the temple and before the spiritual master, who is the direct manifestation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, in the neophyte stage, in the intermediate stage, or in fully advanced stage, a perfect stage, one can make the function of his head perfect by bowing down in front of the Lord, to Lord or his representatives. The perfect function of the eyes by seeing the Lord and his representatives. The two functions which happens, सिर झुकता है भगवान के चरणों पे और गुरु के चरणों पे और बड़े सीनियर वैष्णव के चरणों पे. And second is, by taking darshan of the Lord, our eyes are sanctified. Last but not the least, try to understand, Lord is seen in every devotee, in a senior devotee's eye, the Lord is seen in every individual. The second class, we consider a Vaishnava or a devotee as a representative of Krishna. That's why we say, we go down in front of the senior devotees and we take their blessings, because they are representative of Krishna. But only the third class, he says, no, mera guru sahi hai, mera Bhagwan sahi hai. Rest of the people, useless. So anyhow, the match concludes. So finally the KPL has come to an end. Just a one line statement I would like to make before I complete this. The final result is Narsingha Daredevils have won. Vrindavan Royals put up a very nice match, but nevertheless I think it's a Krishna Leela. And the last point which I would like to share over here is, those who all enjoyed our show on Facebook are welcome to join our group on our website. They all can visit our website www.vedicbliss.in, and there we have our group invite that I can join our group also. And at the same time, those who have any doubts in spirituality or any other things are free to welcome our various courses based on Bhagavad Gita and on Bhagavad. We have got various courses, so we request all of the viewers to join us on our website. Thank you. With this note, I would like to close the function and the whole series. We will definitely be back with KPL Series 2. Till then, Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. हाँ, Facebook is over.
Last point.
अभी जो बोलना है वो